It's almost like the tumbleweeds are blooming. Mental Health Mermaid Mystic here. How's everybody doing? Please like and subscribe. I was going to write a song about liking and subscribing, but right now, I just wanted to show you guys, like, it's almost like the tumbleweeds are blooming. I mean, is that sagebrush? And it smells exquisite, like minty or something. Okay, let's see what's going on kind of in the other side of the pasture, because usually the deer are going to be out for water, and the last full moon, the coyotes, oh my goodness, I need to post that video. They were yelping and yapping and the most ecstatic sounds. So yeah, I wanted to make a video. I don't really feel like being but wanted to make a video about coping with depression, since that's where I'm at right now in my mental health mermaid mystic journey. And just a couple things I wanted to mention. First, just look how green the pastures are. I mean, I promise you, they have not been this green in so long. It is such a blessing to have rain. Think about that right there. Think about that teaching. The blessing in the rain. The blessing in the water. The blessing in the tears, you know? Have you ever heard them called liquid prayers? And, I got to thinking, like, Sister Miriam James Heidland, I've been following. I mean, she's really just been changing my life lately. I found out she's also adopted like me, and also a recovering addict alcoholic. And, I get my medicine from whatever treats the wound. And she's really been treating the wound lately of my depressive episode that followed my manic episode, my first official manic episode, which followed, was preceded by being prescribed steroids for the first time, which was preceded by getting COVID for the first time. So here I find myself. And something that Sister Miriam said is that next to the wounds, you will find your gifts. Next to the wounds, next to your wounds, you will find your gifts. Next to your wounds, you will find your gifts. And that really struck me. And she says that our addictions, and I think, I extrapolate that to like my acting out sexually as a young person, and as a teen and as a young person, and getting into all kinds of dangerous situations. And, she says that those are trauma responses to our sorrowful mysteries. Like the 7 swords that pierced Mary's heart, Mother Mary's heart. And, I don't think that a person has to be religious or Catholic to hopefully get something from that teaching. And I love how my rabbi said that even, Rabbi Amanda said that, even an atheist can embrace and experience the sacred. And like right now, I'm experiencing the sacred. Getting out here, like let's just see, because the river is right on the other side of those trees. Oh my God, it's so heavenly. I wanted to be out there so bad today, and it's just, I have to really watch it with the heat, because one of my medications for depression causes heat intolerance, and it's absolutely brutal. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, I thought, what is that? Okay, it's a robin. Oh, they're always out here. But yeah, it's super brutal, and I got like really, really sick the other night, and it's like a heat stroke sickness that it's just, I just thank my higher power that I survived it, And so I really need to be coming out here when it's like this. And, I can get in the sun. I just have to have access to the shade, which I didn't. It was just beating down on me. And so I learned my lesson, and I had to get my dad picked me up a black umbrella so that, I can come outside. I've been attending 12-step meetings, Chronic Pain Anonymous, and they have one each week for mental health. I'm gonna, The smell is just intoxicating out here since all this rain. I mean, they talk about top note, middle note, base note of perfume. This is it. The pastures. This is it. So, anyways, yeah, I'm going to be attending a intensive outpatient program for mental health. Woo-wee. And I share that because this is all about busting stigma. Busting stigma. For mental health, you know. It's okay to have mental health issues. It's okay to need medication. It's okay to choose not to take medication. It's different for everyone, but whatever supports you, that's what counts. It's not what other people think. That's the bottom line. They don't want to take meds, that's on them. I choose to take medication. I really don't have a choice. In my view of it, if I want to live, I have to take medication. There are some alternative medications in Colorado. I am a huge proponent of medical cannabis. And I have to, you know, sometimes I can and sometimes I can't. And I have to be very careful with how I do it. You know, I meet with my therapist once a week, and I'm in the process of changing psychiatrists because you know how it is. I mean, if you've been in this journey for a while, you just know what it's like when you're battling with your doctor to treat you to medically treat you appropriately, and they just won't listen. And it's like, you know, I used to just keep trying to fight in my 20s, and now I just know. I'm like, nope, that's fine. I'll just go see a different psychiatrist. No big deal. And then it's been weird how my anxiety is like, they say like, don't listen to your anxiety, but a lot of times my anxiety is teaching me where it doesn't want me to be, and I have to listen to it, you know? So, you know, I just really wanted to talk about the gifts that are next to the wounds in depression, and I wanted to talk about accepting it. You know, there's like this thing in this 12-step fellowship I'm in, Chronic Pain Anonymous, and they talk about how, you know, the first step is about we try to fix ourselves, right? We try to this, that, and the other. You know, I've always this medication, this supplement, and that's fine, treating it, but it's the act of trying to control it and trying to fix it and trying to cure it that I'm working on turning over. It's the act of fighting it that I'm working on turning over to a higher power of my own understanding. It's the act of comparing myself to others and saying that I'm not good enough because I have mental health issues and they don't. It's the act of me saying, if I was only famous, I wouldn't have these problems, because I'm a performer. So, you know, if I was only live somewhere else, if I only had a partner, if I only had more friends, I mean, and then I could fix it, and then I could control it, and then I'd be okay. And it's like, there's something about the first step in this program that I've needed for so long, that has to do with turning it over and surrendering it. And, you know, I don't really feel like being on camera, but, you know, it has to do with, believing in my own inherent worth, okay? And this needs to be believing in my own inherent worth, regardless of any diagnosis I have or any mental health issue I have. Not having a partner, not having children of my own. I have a wonderful son that I placed for open adoption, who I'm in regular contact with, but I'm saying not having children of my own, not having a partner. And it's just like, I'm beauty here. There's so much beauty to behold. And my biggest message, all innately worthy human beings of God's love, of Goddess's love, of higher powers love, of the universal love, Shekhinah's love, the divine feminine in Hebrew. And as Rabbi Amichai Lau Levine would say of the most infamous queen, rabbi, what was it, Sabbath queen, God optional. And that's so progressive. You know, leave it up to someone who's living in New York City and doing lab shul. But, you know, the thing is, they say God optional because there's a lot of people that have been hurt by religion, particularly in the LGBT community. And so, you know, they and we have the right to have an experience that doesn't block us. It's ironic how God can block someone from the divine, right? But that's basically what it's about. It's preventing that from happening. It's allowing someone to experience the divine without all the hang-ups and the dogma. And my message to myself and to anyone experiencing mental health issues is that you are worthy exactly as you are. I am worthy exactly as I am. Period. And the thing is that the mental health, the depression is going to lie to you. I know it's been lying to me. I'm going to walk a little further. Let's go. It's been lying to me. And I mean, all kinds of ways, you know, like garbage, you know, saying like, I'm not worthy and I'm never going to get better. And, you know, I might as well give up. And I mean, I'm going to be sick forever and there's no hope. And that's such crap. I mean, it's 2025. There are so many. Ooh. There are so many like different modalities and solutions and therapies and somatic healing and re-experiencing and Gabor Mate and Peter Levine and Irene Lyon and Patrick Tian and Dr. Ramani healing from narcissistic abuse. I mean, I just pray, it is my hope and prayer, and I am a prayer warrior, everyone, that we just hold on. It is my hope and prayer that we just hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I need to be told to hold on. I know I'm not the only one out there who needs to see a good sunset and hearing like happy music and like wishing I was there dancing and playing and having fun and feeling kind of alone, you know? And I'm like, oh, what are they doing? What am I missing? But, you know, someday I'll be at a party again. And someday so will you. I mean, socializing is really weird right now. I mean, it's not impossible. I almost went and I missed the freaking band from last night, I think. But it would really do me some good to get out and have fun. Feeling incredibly lonely, and I know I'm not the only one. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll see if that band is actually playing tonight. And then, like, the irony of it is when you're going through a depression, you don't really feel like going out. I don't really feel like going out, even though, like, I gotta smell these. I want to, but, I'm gonna turn back now. But I, you know, struggle with actually following through and not beating myself up about that is the key. And I keep realizing, like, if I could just love and accept myself where I'm at right now, I don't think I'd be suffering at all. I'm not saying I wouldn't, like, dialectical behavioral therapy, I'm not saying I wouldn't be in pain, but I mean, I wouldn't be suffering, you know? If I just would stop telling myself, like, I'm a loser, I'm not a loser. Or, like, the thoughts, you know, trying to pull me down. It's like, I'm not a loser. I'm a beautiful, wonderful child of God, Goddess, higher power, Shekhinah, and we are all divine creations. And gotta take a break. It's just my hope and prayer that we would treat ourselves well and be kind and loving and gentle to ourselves, and gracious and merciful. And if we can't, then tune into a higher power if you can, or if that's comfortable for you. I know for me, it's like I have to tune into my higher power for grace and mercy. And, I'm working on making connections in this new 12-step fellowship. I tried to do Al-Anon and ACA, and I couldn't handle it. I can barely handle like anything right now. So I'm just trying to take good care of myself. So that's about it. Maybe I'll make a different video, but let's stop this one where it's at, because I'm already at 15. Holy cow. Okay. Well, we'll give it a shot. I don't know. I'll probably get no views, but, I'll just keep working at it. That's the whole point. Mermaid, mental health, mermaid, mystic, one love out.